Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ziad, Crohn's disease patient, NHS worker and educator, here bringing you IBD facts and taboo breaking chats. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe on my channel, so let's get started. Hello and welcome to this lesson on the digestive system. So let's get started. So to give you an overview of what we're going to go through today, we're going to learn about what makes up the digestive system, the structure and function of the components of the digestive system, the gut microbiome, and the link between immunity and the gut. So to understand the true impact that IBD has on the gut and the body, it is important to understand how the digestive system works. So the digestive system can also be referred to as the gastrointestinal tract, and it is a continuous tube that runs from your mouth to your anus. Now, the main function of the digestive system is to break down the food we eat into its basic components so nutrients can be absorbed easily to give our body the energy we need to carry out our daily functions. Now, our digestive system is made up of the mouth, esophagus, stomach, liver, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus, all of which participate along the pathway that converts food to energy. The main part of the digestive system we will focus on is the intestines, as that is where IBD primarily occurs. So in general, the walls of the digestive system consist of 4 layers. The mucosa, which is the innermost layer which lines the lumen of the digestive system. Now in the small intestine, the mucosa membrane contains finger-like projections called villi. These are lined with cells which also have finger-like projections, which are called microvilli. In between these cells are other specialized cells called goblet and Paneth cells. Goblet cells secrete mucus which help lubricate the contents of the digestive system, whereas the Paneth cells produce antimicrobial substances that contribute to protecting the gut from harmful substances. Now within the mucosa layer, other cells can discharge mucus, digestive enzymes, and hormones that are needed for digestion, while specialized ducts of other glands go through the mucous membrane to the lumen where they deposit substances that contribute to digestion. The next layer is the submucosa layer, which is a layer of loose connective tissue which consists of blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and nerves that surround the mucosa. The next layer after that is the muscularis propria. Now this is the inner layer consists of circular muscles, whereas the outer layer consists of longitudinal muscles. This is a smooth muscle layer which consists of 2 layers which help in moving digested food along the digestive system. And the final layer is the serosa. This is a layer of loose connective tissue, and it is the outermost layer that contains blood and lymphatic vessels as well as nerve endings. Now, to understand digestion, we need to understand what types of digestion there is, and there are 2 types of digestive processes that occur in the body: mechanical and chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion involves the physical breakdown of food either by chewing or the physical movement within the body. Chemical digestion requires the use of enzymes and hormones that change the composition of food to help break them down. This makes it easier for the body to readily absorb the essential fats, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals needed to maintain normal functioning of the body. And there are 5 steps involved in digestion. The first step is called ingestion, and the body parts involved are the mouth. Mechanical digestion occurs in the mouth with the help of our teeth, which physically break down food into smaller pieces, which is assisted by the tongue that compresses and manipulates food. Chemical digestion occurs at the same time as mechanical digestion in the mouth, and this is through the saliva, which is secreted through salivary glands, which contain digestive enzymes that break down carbohydrates and fats, as well as providing lubrication for the food before it is swallowed. Now, the way IBD can impact the mouth is through orofacial granulomatosis. This is generally known as Crohn's disease of the mouth and can make it painful to even eat or speak. The second step is propulsion, and the body parts involved is the esophagus. Now, the esophagus is a tube that runs from the mouth to the stomach. It helps facilitate the transport of food from the mouth to the stomach. And the way IBD can impact the esophagus is through a subtype of Crohn's disease called gastroduodenal Crohn's disease, which can cause inflammation of the esophagus, although this is not very common. Step 3 of digestion is digestion itself, and the body parts involved are the stomach, small intestines, the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. Now, the stomach is a J-shaped organ located between the esophagus and the first portion of the small intestine, known as the duodenum, and both mechanical and chemical digestion occur in the stomach. When the stomach digests food received from the mouth, it forms a substance called chyme, which is passed to the small intestines. The small intestines consist of three portions: the duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum, which are all involved in breaking down the chyme further and where the nutrients are absorbed. IBD can impact the small intestines by causing inflammation, which causes damage, bleeding, pain, and reduces the amount of nutrients absorbed. The liver also helps in digestion by producing a yellow-green substance called bile, which is stored in the gallbladder. Bile is released in the duodenum of the small intestines, and it is needed to help break down the fats that we eat. Now, there are three ways which IBD can impact on the liver: by causing gallstones, granulomatous hepatitis, and primary sclerosing cholangitis. The pancreas is also involved in digestion and releases digestive juices that help to break down proteins. The next step is absorption of the nutrients, and this occurs within the small and large intestines. Most of the nutrients that are absorbed in the small intestines are absorbed in the jejunum and ileum. Absorption is able to occur because of the villi and microvilli that line the walls of the small intestines, which come into contact with the chyme. Now, most people think only absorption occurs within the small intestines, but in the large intestines, certain vitamins and electrolytes as well as water is absorbed. And the final step is defecation, and this takes part in the large intestines. So now the large intestines, or the colon, comprises of 6 segments: the cecum, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon, and the rectum. Once the small intestines have absorbed all of the available nutrients, what's left over is known as waste and is moved along into the colon. This waste is used as food by bacteria found in the colon, which causes these bacteria to release gas, which can contribute to symptoms such as bloating and diarrhea, but they also produce beneficial substances like vitamins, which contribute to human health. Now, once all this waste material has reached a large portion of the colon, also known as the rectum, it is stored for a short while until the sensation of needing the toilet occurs, where it is then expelled from the body. So this brings into the question, how does the body actually control digestion? So the body has 2 main regulatory systems for digestion. These systems are known as the neural and endocrine regulatory systems, which work together to stimulate the activity needed for mechanical and chemical digestion. So the nerves are connected to your central nervous system, which consists of your brain and spinal cord. These nerves connect to the digestive system and can stimulate it to prepare it for digestion. There are also nerves within the walls of the digestive system, which make up what is known as the enteric nervous system. The enteric nervous system is often described as the second brain because it can regulate the performance of the digestive system without any input from the central nervous system. It does this by being able to control the permeability of the gut, speed up or slow down the release of digestive juices, or by influencing the motility of the gut itself. Now, there are a number of digestive juices involved that help break down food. The central nervous system is able to stimulate the gut to secrete digestive juices. In the stomach, gastric juices are secreted into the stomach from specialized cells which all work together to chemically break down food. The mucus secreted in the stomach provides a protective coating against the acid that is released into the stomach, which is used to destroy any harmful substances that we could have ingested. One of the other components of gastric juices is something called intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor is really important because it binds onto vitamin B12 to make it easier to be absorbed by the body in the ileum of the small intestines. And the hormone gastrin is released into the bloodstream as a response to the stomach stretching to accommodate the food and drink being ingested. This hormone stimulates the release of gastric juices in the stomach as well and causes the muscles of the stomach to contract, allowing mechanical digestion to occur. So to summarize, we've looked at the components of the digestive system, the structure and function of the digestive system, as well as how digestion is controlled.